Well, hello everybody, my name's Brecton, and welcome to another Walking Dead What If. We are back in the swing of What Ifs now. We received some hints at a potential future iteration of The Walking Dead. I was going to make a video on it, but it's been nearly 3 weeks now, and I don't think it would be worth it. If you want to see a video on it, let me know. I will do a quick video on it sometime later this week, and then we'll have another What If for Wednesday. So anyway, today we're going to be doing What If Clementine returned to Richmond. This is after the episode 4 flashback of the final season, where Clementine goes and rescues AJ from McCarroll Ranch. So things get spicy, things get different, especially towards the end, so make sure you stick around for them. However, we will get right into the video. Before we get into today's video, only a small percentage of you watching this video right now are subscribed. So if you do go on to enjoy today's video, why don't you hit the subscribe button? It's free, you can undo it later if you really don't like my content that much, and it really helps out the channel a lot. So yeah, subscribe, join the Discord, don't know what else I can plug. See you in the video. Right, so after Clementine got AJ from McCarroll Ranch, she would go back to Richmond as it's a safe place, and she would vibe with Javier, whoever's alive, AJ, and life's a good one, until things kick off at Richmond, in which Clementine would get Javier and leave. We're only going to have Javier come with her, because I think that's going to overcomplicate things if it's more people. So everyone else is unknown, but we'll leave the fate of the Garcias unknown. So yeah, Javier, Clementine and AJ, they're driving, they're getting far away. They eventually find the boarding school. Javier, being the absolute chad that he is, would probably know roughly where the boarding school is. And he would see the signs, he'd put 2 and 2 together, and they would drive there. Now the school kids would initially be rather hostile to them, obviously, because they drove right up to the gates. They'd have the question, how did he find us? But eventually I think that they would settle down, they would accept Clementine, AJ and Javier, and see them as assets. This is until Clementine exposes Marlon, obviously after Brody snitches. I don't think that Brody would survive. I think Marlon would still hit her over the head. But I don't think that AJ would shoot Marlon, because Javier's there. Javier probably wouldn't let Clementine teach AJ to shoot yet, as he's still a child, you know. Let him have his childhood. Blah blah blah. So then Clementine doesn't get kicked out because her and Javier take control. Javier's not going to be like, we're leaving. I think he's going to fight a bit to stay. And obviously with Marlon still being alive, they don't have a reason to kick him out. AJ's not a threat, so they can stay. This means they don't meet James, which unfortunately will have a bit of a change down the road, we'll say. I have to think for a second. With regards to what happens in episode 3, episode 4. So we won't worry about that now. Javier, Clementine, AJ, Violet and Lewis, they still go out like they do. They, you know, find Lily, they find Abel, and they realise that, oh shit, we are under threat. Then Clementine and Javier, having experience with a war zone, because obviously Richmond was a war zone at the end of their stay, they gear up the boarding school for a full-on assault from the people at the Delta, which is really able for those that don't know. So the start of this battle would play out mostly the same, except when they get to the end, neither Lewis nor Violet are taken, as Clementine can help one, but then Javier can help the other, which means that no one's kidnapped. However, we are going to have to spice things up and give them a reason to go to the boat. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give Omar a purpose. His purpose is to be prisoner. So Omar gets captured. You know, Omar the chef, most valuable member of the boarding school. You know, you always need a good chef. He's taken. The group go and rescue him. That plays out the same, except now this is where James not being here comes in. They're going to have to find a different way on the boat, but I don't think that's going to be a problem, as Javier and Clementine together have a very nice set of knowledge. They can probably think of something to go in, like sneaking up or something. Javier managed to sneak into Richmond without being caught, so I think they could pull it off. We'll say for the purposes of this video that they just put a got some of them, walked in with the herd. That's sorted. They get on the boat. Player still gives the choice to shoot Lily or not. James obviously wouldn't kick the bucket here. I'm not going to say anyone dies. I think that's going to be rather pointless at this point to kill somebody, because I've got a better use for them all later. So the boat still blows up. There's no change in that. Lily either gets away or she's dead. Abel's dead. We're just going to say he's dead because I don't know, Abel sounds like he'd be the person to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, a bit like he was in episode 3, where he got captured and things didn't go very well for him. So yeah, Abel would get blown up. Clementine, AJ, Javier, and that would still go through the cave. 10 would be with them. Minnie's still in that, so I haven't mentioned her yet. She's still the same, that doesn't change. They go through the cave. They get out, they get to the bridge. Minnie still brings the walkers, being an absolute lunatic. We're going to find Lewis and Violet. You know, they both jumped off, they tried to help. So with the two of them, they can quite quickly, easily grab 10 and throw him across the bridge so the walkers don't get to them. They all jump across. Now that's where things are going to get a bit spicy. 10 is going to jump over the fence along with Lewis or Violet, and then they're going to run off back to the boarding school. I don't think there'll be time before the walkers swarmed them for them all to get there. So I think that either Lewis or Violet, player's decision, would go up the rocks, then take AJ up the rocks, and then Clementine would go up the rocks. But by this point the walkers are already here, as there is 4 of them instead of just 2 this time. So I think that while Javier's helping Clementine up the rocks, I think they can do that, get there. Not on the foot, not where it could be chopped off, but in a fatal spot, and he would unfortunately die there and then. So, AJ, Clementine, Violet / Lewis, they all go off, they go back to the boarding school, they meet everyone there, and they have a nice, happy ending, and they hear about the caravan. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you have enjoyed watching today's video, make sure you do like, subscribe, share it. Join the Discord if you want to tell me any theories. That's where I'm going to be getting my theories from now on. So until next time, my name's Brecton, and I'm out. Super slap.